What if I told you something that you do that you probably don't even think about is not only illegal, but can cost someone their life? It can also cost your own life. And it's simply something that you probably did yesterday, you probably did or are going to do today, you'll probably do it tomorrow and the day after. And it's actually causing almost as many, if not more, lives than in our current conflict in Afghanistan and Iraq. My name is Michael Garcia. I was a civilian police officer for 3 years, as well as a military police officer in the United States Army for a total of 8 years. I'm here to talk to you about the dangers of texting and driving. The following stats were derived from the National Safety Council, and they report that cell phone use while driving led to 1.6 million crashes per year. These crashes involved 330,000 injuries. A quarter, or 25%, of auto accidents are caused by texting and driving. Texting and driving actually causes 6 times the amount of accidents as opposed to driving under the influence of drugs and/or alcohol. Answering a text takes at least 5 seconds. In that 5 seconds time, while traveling at the legal speed limit of 55 miles per hour, you will have traversed the distance of a 100-yard football field. Now, that distance increases if the text is over 5 seconds to read and respond to, and if you're driving faster than 55 miles per hour. So think about it. A 2-sentence text will probably most likely take you at least 10 seconds, so you would have traveled 200 yards. That's a lot of time and distance to get yourself in a car accident just for the sake of answering a text. That could probably wait until you get home. Now, 94% of all drivers polled say that they believe and want law enforcement to act and make laws against texting and driving. That's great, but how many of that 94% actually text and drive? 11 teens in 2013 died a day on average due to texting and driving. 21% of teens in fatal car accidents were involved in texting while driving. Teens are 4 times more likely to get into an accident while texting than adults, because you have the factor of lack of experience, and let's face it, when you're under 20, you're really into answering that phone call or that text. The 2012 statistics involved 3,328 were killed due to a distraction-related accident, which means you're paying attention to your phone, not paying attention to the road, and that led to 3,328 deaths. That's about what we lost on September 11th, and that's way more than we lose during the current wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. There were 421,000 additional injuries in those accidents, all due to texting and driving. 11% of all drivers under the age of 20 were due to texting and driving. 25% of all teens polled admitted to responding to at least one text. Now, that may be a very small number if you think about it. 25%, or 1 in 4 people, is a very small number, but that's the ones admitting to doing it. How many people really want to admit that they are very irresponsible and text while drive? 20% of teens and 10% of all the adults have multi-text conversations while driving. 48% of drivers admit to answering their cell while driving. 58% continue talking and driving. 24% willing to call while driving. And 1 in 10 adults admit to sending texts, at least one text, while driving. And 14% admit to reading to texting or even emailing while driving. This is a very simple thing. Do the right thing. Wait till you get home to make that phone call, or at least, if it's that important of a call or a text, please pull off to the side of the road where it's safe and save a life, maybe even your own. Thank you.